Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Sami from the Biostatistics Learning Group. Welcome to another session here.
Looking for
Alrighty, so uh, in this session, we're going to discuss a very important topic through an article that was published in 2017. So the article is saying answering research questions using an existing data set. So it's often advisable for researchers to use an existing dataset to answer research questions. In particular, using an existing dataset can help a researcher obtain results much more quickly. So it saves what? Time at a lower cost and without exposing new research subjects to many of the potential harms associated with research participation. However, the many researchers seeking to use existing data face a variety of challenges specific to this research methodology. This article reviews some of the key differences associated with using an existing data set as compared with those conducting research by recruiting research subjects. Advantages and disadvantages associated with the use of existing datasets are discussed as are ethical issues. Strategies to obtain an optimal dataset and special consideration associated with this methodology. Additionally, suggestions are given relevant to reporting results when conducting research using an existing dataset or a secondary analysis. So, existing data. Technology breakthroughs, especially over the last 20 years, have made sharing, analyzing datasets much easier. Increasingly, research studies are being conducted using existing datasets. Research methods publications have been slow to highlight challenges and techniques needed to conduct research using existing datasets. In this article, authors review and update previous work done in this topic and incorporate lessons learned from research conducted using existing dataset. Terminology. For this publication, dataset will be defined as any set of existing data that could be used to answer important new research questions and or provide further evidence relevant to ongoing research questions. Hence, a dataset might be subject information from a previous research study or existing data from other sources. Other sources include, but are not limited to, hospital charts, academic course records, quality improvement records, new media, or social media. If a data set originated from previously orchestrated research study, original research study will be referred as the parent study. PI will refer to an individual conducting research using an existing data set. Unless otherwise specified, research using an existing data set will sometimes be referred to as secondary analysis. Major methodological differences in approach. Despite the common practice of researcher answering new research questions using an existing data sets, there remains a scarcity of publications to provide guidance to those using existing data sets. Resources for scientists conducting research are usually written with the underlying assumption that researchers designs the study after identifying research questions. It's not the case for those using an existing data set. It doesn't work here, right? Conducting research using an existing data set still requires a familiarity with concepts relevant to recruiting subjects and gathering data for research, but it also requires a variety of other skills specific to the challenges of conducting research with existing data. So here is a checklist for secondary analysis as compared with designing a prospective study. Iterative process during secondary analysis and iterative process during a prospective study. You perform literature review anyway, right? You find gaps in the research and find research opportunities. In the secondary analysis, you identify, obtain permission from the original PI to analyze a data set. That's essentially done like by registering in a website, and then they will get back to you and give you uh, like the data. Sorry, yeah, and when you do a prospective or like a original study, you pose research questions that could be answered giving a broadened sample measures and if applicable follow-up. You refine research questions here, but in the prospective study, you write a research proposal, including how subjects will be recruited, what data will be collected, and what safeguards will be in the place to protect subjects safely. In the secondary data analysis, you evaluate the appropriateness of original sample, design, and measures. And if you're doing your own study, you obtain approval from the IRB uh, committee. For the secondary data analysis, you establish appropriate safeguard to protect data and consider legal and ethical implications for the analysis. If you're doing your own study, then you recruit consenting subjects. In secondary analysis, you obtain approval from the organization's IRB or equivalent committee if needed. If not, then you already have the data and they already have taken permission when they're collected, and that you can mention that uh, I took the data from this data set and this is their IRB. In your own study, you obtain a predetermined measures from subjects. In secondary analysis, you perform a secondary analysis of the data. In prospective study, you perform analysis of the data. Um, for both, you disseminate findings to the research community. So parent study, or I'll stop here and then I'll continue in the next session. Thank you so much for your time. And we ask you to kindly look at Twitter account for more information. Thank you so much for your time, and we want you to enjoy. Until next time, thank you.